Hello everyone, welcome to the segment Conversations with Kishani Alanki. I am very privileged to have a very special guest on today's show. He is a world-renowned cricketer, someone who has contributed immensely to our nation's pride, and he's also a humanitarian, something which is very less known about. So let's see who's actually come to our program today. It's Muttiah Muralitharan. Thank you so much for saying yes.
Thank you very much for inviting me.
It was really hard to get you on the show. I have to thank Kushil for actually getting you on the show. So, Murali, something that is not very known about is the fact that you have devoted so much of your time and energy towards helping others. You and Kushil Gunasekar actually co-founded the Foundation of Goodness.
Yeah, because I thought when I was playing, I has to do something for the people because I know I had gone through so many issues when I trying to play cricket, and this whole country helped me. Throughout the country, everyone without race or religion, they helped me, and I got over it, and I became a champion in the end of the day. So same way, I think there is a lot of issues in the society. So I thought how we can help people. So for that, money is not only thing. Then you have to have time. You have to have give more time to people. So how are we going to do? So then only I met Kushil in 1998, and he was in the cricket board as a secretary. So I met him, and I liked him, and I knew about his work before, and he was doing a lot of charity, and he's very perfect person because whatever you can trust him, and he's the kind of person like whatever you give, that will go to the poor people. So I thought we'll get together, and I met him, and I asked him, I also want to help some people. How could we do? So he said to me first, what we do in a smaller way, like every December we give school packs to the boys and girls in the rural areas, doesn't have shoes, doesn't have writing books and a bag to carry. So because of they drop out school. So for them to help, and if you can sponsor, then I pledge to sponsor about 25 to 50 bags to them. Like that, he gets from his cousin Siddharth Vettamuni and other businessmen. That's the way, in a small way, he was doing in Srinagar. That's what we started this Foundation of Goodness in 1999, almost 2000.
Just like you mentioned that there are so many who do not get sufficient help. Do you think, usually a lot of people enter politics hoping to serve people. Do you think that maybe you could have done more if you were in politics?
No, I don't think so, because politics is something, and socially helping, and if you are a humanitarian, then it's a different two way of thinking. Politics something you want to serve the people, go into the country and get some whatever you are given by that organization, and you go and work for them, for the people, and you get paid for that. But here, sure, we have to put everything, and we have to do, because it is come from our heart, rather than politics is something it can say it is rather than you can't say a social work. It is a work. It's a profession. It's a politician. It's a profession. It's a profession. They get paid, and they have to do a duty for the people. So only mandate is you become, people has to elect you to go there. So that's the only obstacles you have. So as a humanity, as a social work, if you want to do, that's in your heart, how much you want to give to the people.
Right, it's all about genuinely wanting to help others. So how long has the Foundation of Goodness been operating?
It's been 20 years now. We celebrate our I think few months back our 20th anniversary, and we are very proud to do so much work. At the moment we do like close to help 200,000 people a year.
Wow.
Right, close to that. Our annual budget become bigger and bigger, fatter and fatter it's getting. It's about close to 200 million we spend. And also we get 50%, 40% self-sufficient, and we get funds from abroad, and we will raise funds, and personally also we give. So it's a big operation at the moment. It's Sinigawa is the head office. We built in tsunami 1,000 houses there, and we are. It's a MCC has given a center of excellence. That means you have all the empowering, all the people, creating jobs, teaching English, computer teaching, so many things we do. And we have now put heartbeat centers in 12 districts. Like, 12 heartbeat centers, we want to make it 24. So slowly we are going one by one, it's coming. So in that heartbeat center also we teach free of charge English, computer science, computer, and then also how to speak, and how to, if you are going to for work, for how to attend interviews. So many things we do in that, and sometimes help women who are in house. They want to teach beautician, making beauticians, and we're trying to make
Women
them
empowerment
courses. So many things we do free of charge.
Right.
So that is, so we have sponsors for each centers.
And in turn, you make them independent. You help them stand on their own feet.
Yeah, definitely, because this is not me and Kushil only. Kushil is the head, because he only does everything, because all credit goes to him. Myself and Ashan Malasekara, then Pradeep in Singapore. So these two guys are main contributors, funds-wise and everything. And then we have Sangakara, Mayala also helps us in certain programs, and they are also trustees of our. So we have a very good people in our.
A very good team.
Yeah, team. And all credit goes to, mainly the credit goes to Kushil, I would say, because he's such a personality that want to help people from his heart. So even Ashan and Pradeep, main contributors, because whatever they do, and they do a lot for this foundation, and we also handfully does our things, Mayala, myself, and Sangakara also, and Russell Arnold also got in. See, so many cricketers, then you have all the cricket fraternities helping, like MCC, and so many people help us to get going this thing. But it's tough. It's getting tougher and tougher, because our economy is going down and down. Poor people are getting more poor and poor. So our jobs comes also, more needy people are getting more and more. So we can do only a handful things. We are not a government.
I suppose it's also difficult to raise funds, right?
Yeah, because it's difficult to raise funds. What we do is we have our self-sufficient, because we do a lot of sports, not only cricket, other sports personalities also we help. And cricket, what we do is we have grounds, and we have the facilities, and we have teams, and we bring from Australia, England, teams, companies who come and play here. They get paid a little bit to us, and they give all the gears to us, or we distribute. So we get some funds from that. Then we do BPO, computer centers we have,
Right.
and we employ the rural areas, men and women, and they work, they get paid, and also we get a profit. That profit also goes into the kitty of funds. And then newly we try to get spices, and we give it to Tesco. Tesco is giving the money, so we make special for spices and sell that and get that profit as well. And like that, we have so many self-sufficient, and also diving school we have. So
In
then,
Sinigama, right?
yeah, in Sinigama, diving school that generates funds, that also. So like that, so many sectors self-sufficient as well. And then the 50-60% from we getting. And recently we got a very good businessman in US. I don't know the name Kushal was saying. He's willing to fund a lot of money. So there are people, good-hearted people coming through, and there is no like other organization. We don't take any money out of it. Everything goes to the people. That's the beauty about Kushil. Kushil doesn't take a salaries, you know. For Kushil also, we will have to fund it because he's my manager. He does some work for me.
Right.
I fund it for him. And same way Ashan, because of his doing work, Ashan funds him like that. So that's the way he takes the life, because he's totally devoted to this foundation.
I think it's so beautiful that you use your position and influence as a platform to uplift the lives of so many in Sri Lanka. How many beneficiaries do you think the Foundation of Goodness has provided for?
Oh, it's endless numbers. Numbers can't be, because 20 years, we start with very small. After tsunami, it's bigger and got bigger and bigger.
But
I think
thousands.
now it's getting about, I said 150 to 200,000 people getting benefited in a year.
Wow.
So that, see, it's not money. We're not giving money. We have medical, free medical also. Certain small things, right? People can't afford to go. We give that. And then we teach women empowerment, because we produce beautician, cooking self-sufficiently, they can do something.
And then even beeralu making,
yeah,
right? Yes.
everything we teach them. Sewing and so many things we teach them. Same like men, get into sports, encourage them. And same way we do computer studies, English. So like that, because rural areas, English is more important. Today you want to get a job, everyone need to understand English in a office. So they write in English, they everything. So we have to that language, because we know we all Sri Lankan, like Sri Lankan main language is Sinhalese. But still in the government sector, maybe they are doing work in, I don't know, but I'm not sure about it. They also do it in English, everything, computerized, everything. So the English is something we needed, definitely.
So, and also like to mention, your work was so inspirational that Brian Adams donated a pool too.
Yeah, see, what we happen is in Sinigama is a bigger center. So, like, you know, when tsunami happened, I was almost caught. Kushil was running from the tsunami with 200 children, because we were on the day we want to give nearly about 200 children, bring them and give these school packs.
Right.
So that's the way it happened. So then it got devastated, that area. And but my Kushil said, what we can do first, what we did is, you needed the work, like, you know, not only in there, all over. So I thought, I was with at the time with World Food Program ambassador for Sri Lanka. So I got hold of UN, and I said, okay, we will have to get fresh rice and dal, like rations and everything to these people, not in south, north and everything. At the time was war also there. So what I did is, I took, when I went to this, a lot of food was available, but to get them, don't have the vehicles and distribute.
Right.
So I spent a lot of money on getting trucks, and we got people to fill it in. We sent it to south, north. I went to Kilnochi. I went to everywhere. We went and gave that. That is the first aid for tsunami. Then after that, what we thought is, we are not a government. We have to. Kushil asked me, what we going to do this for village? So I said, we'll build 1,000 houses.
Wow.
So how are you going to do? Kushil said, no, we'll get the sponsors. So we spoke to so many cricketing fraternity, like, you know, Victoria, in Australia, the Victoria, and MCC, Surrey, cricket ground, everyone we found, and we played matches, we got funds from them, and cricketers also, because of my friends from England. I say Andrew Flintoff, like players like well players, Michael Vaughan, everyone sent money. So from that we built, and also I pledged to, at the time, myself an advertisement to a cement company called Lafarge at the time. They said, if you advertise, we will give certain number of cement for a free and others all cost price. So like that, we also contributed and we built it somehow. 1,000 houses for those people.
That is just amazing. I think there are so many people in your position and people who have a similar influence as you do, but not many use it to actually create such an impact. And something I've noticed is that, usually when a public personality does charity, a lot of people get to know about it. But you've been doing this for 20 years and I don't think many are aware of it.
The problem is, if you are going to publicize, they think I'm doing for selfishness, I'm trying to come to politics.
Wow, that's what they think.
Yeah, that's the way it is. For something you sometime do. So recently I went to upcountry and they were having problems with 1,000 rupees they're not getting, they said, from the government. And at the time they were coming, they're not going to work and they're striking themselves. Then what happened is, December time, they need to buy the books for their children, because where they're going to, again they have to borrow money. So they're going to. So what I did is, okay, I spoke to some social workers who there's upcountry young organization. I got touch with them and said, why not? What we can do is small, I can help. And I gave about 4,000 packs. From my own money, I went and distributed in these areas, and I gave. So they think I'm coming to politics. So it's all about people thinks, if you want to bottom of your heart, you want to help the people, they think we are into politics. And when I'm going to come, so politicians get excited and say, okay, he's going to support him. It is not the case. See, I can't. Lately, I went to this Vietmaga program, and it's a professional program. So when I from my bottom of my heart, whatever I have to say, I said. So that's also a problem for people. So I think people should not gossip these things. It is like a gossip. I want people to understand how to live their daily life, right? And they have a lot of problems. Every person, whether you have money or doesn't have, even the multi-billionaires have daily problems. People doesn't understand. Money is not only the thing.
It's not everything,
Definitely. Right? It's the only thing. It's a part of your life. But you need money. It's a part of your life. So we as a personality, this country has given our platform to me to perform in world cricket, and I have been the best in the world. This country has given, these people have supported me. When I'm playing, 11 people has to support me because they have to take the catches. If I want to take a reverse, it's a team game. And I think whole country is a team. You have various problems we have, various community problems, various races, religions, so many things we have. So, but common thing is, if you are well enough, try to do some charity and try to bring him up. If everyone can bring each one up. So I thought in mind, right, okay, 1% of this country, right, we have close to, let's say 20 million, 22 million people. See, out of that, I think 200,000 people will be earning more than 10 million a year.
Yes.
Okay, 10 million bucks, at least $50,000-$60,000 is 10 million, at least more than $1 million and a half month. See, that is 100,000 people. If they can do out of them 5%, if they can do, you don't have to do personally, they can do charity for 5%. You think that 5%, if it's 10 million, 5% is 500,000. 100,000 in 5,000 is a 5 billion. How much charity you can do?
Create such a large impact with such a small donation.
Donation.
Yes.
But this 100,000, I'm saying, for them is 5 lakhs is that 5 lakh is nothing much.
Yes.
Because you're not going to become poor in that 5 lakhs. If you think that way, so that's the way I think. Whatever I could give, I give. See, I sponsor also the people who have autisms, and then they have people have been thrown out. People doesn't know what is autism because the village people think something wrong with this child, and they abandon the child, and they don't know what to do, and you have to treat them, so they don't have. So I have myself and Kushil, and there is a doctor in the USA. He is totally into this, called Dr. Nagendran. That doctor comes and go centers everywhere and helps. He puts his personal money. Then I have also given personal money. I am helping one foundation in personally I am funding every month. Like that, we all do this because society doesn't understand. See, autism, you see the person, he looks like perfect, but his mannerism, he can't talk sometimes. If you go, you understand the problem. He can't
He's
talk.
challenged
It's
and
a challenge.
differently able.
So, but if you give the proper speech therapy, proper thing, they can be. There is no medicine for that.
Yes.
So like that.
But you can actually improve the quality of that child's life.
Yeah, I can remember that autism and the other one is Down syndrome and everything. You can improve them by teaching them and everything. But I can remember Sangha and them with, I think with the hospital here, what's the hospital called? AMAS and other people try to build something for these underprivileged children to hospital. I don't know, they were a little bit short of money because still I don't know whether they built it or not, I don't know. But these kind of centers has to come, government has to promote.
Definitely.
Because these are the children you have to look after.
Yes.
Yeah. So these are the things we are doing behind the scene. People doesn't understand. Sometimes if you ask 1,000 people, they won't know what is autism. Down syndrome, so those are people born with it. So they can be helped. So these are a lot of problems we have in this country. So whatever we could do as a foundation, we are trying our best to uplift the people's life. That's what we're trying to do.
So, like you just mentioned that when you help people, people assume that you want to get into politics. And recently I actually saw how you were very vocal and open about your views, and that is something I truly admire, because I think as a public personality, you have a great power to inspire, to influence, and people should actually look up to you if you are open about your views. But I think it was received differently by the people.
People are not, everyone in the social media is not the view of the people.
Yes.
We have 20 million people, right? Out of that, in social media, when you say something, in life there are appreciating, you have people who doesn't like you also. Yes. Like and dislikes. See, that has to happen. Men and women like, dislike and like it has to have, that's called life. So I'm not expecting to give my views to upload by the people. I am giving
just
my
your
thoughts.
Honest opinions.
My thoughts, maybe it's wrong, maybe it's right. If it's right, you take it. If it's wrong, just ignore it. Yes. This is my view as a person's view. My view is not this country's view. Right? This is how I see. I'm not a god.
Yeah, and obviously you have the right to express your own views.
So they talk about these governments and everybody talk about freedom of speech. You're giving your view, also a speech. That means I don't hate a community. I don't hate someone. I don't hate anybody. But this is my opinion. may be right. If you right, you take it right. If you don't, and I can't say, I can tell my children to how to live, but I can't tell other people what to do. I can advise because uh, as a personality, I can help. What I'm saying, but if they think that's wrong, and they should think it's wrong, and they just ignore it because that I don't care.
They can actually follow whatever they believe in.
Believe in.
Absolutely. So if I could ask you one question, who inspires you the most in life?
See, for me, it's my father, right? Because he came in a hard way. Actually, our family was very poor, and 1950s only they started the business with my father's brother. So he had got a lot of problems. I don't want to tell people no, because we got, as a Tamil, we got affected and so many things. But still, he had the willpower to stay in this country, not to go anywhere, and fight it out. So I inspired my father because he's a small person. According to people, will not know him, but for me, he is the one who taught how to do charity. It's all his heart. He helped a lot of people in that area, whatever way he could do, and that seeing from young age, he is not willing to give from the bottom of heart, not take everything, giving to him. So I learned it, and hopefully my children also will learn from us to give people, and then only you can take, because it's a give and take. It has to be like that in life. So you can't give. See, our human life is a split. I would say it's a blink of an eye. Absolutely. You open your eyes, and when you close, you might die. You never know you're not going to live tomorrow. But you try to do much as good. Try to help the next person next to you. If he's in trouble, try to give hands to him. And that's the way, if you believe, you have more success in your life, because there will be people will be thinking about you because you have helped a lot, and same way you also need help one day. Absolutely. Right? So it's a circle. So you have to help, then sometimes you also need help.
What goes around comes around.
And also, we all not perfect. We all not perfect. We all do wrong things. And I would like to say, I will also wrong things. I might say something wrong. And if I realize that what I said is wrong, and then I have to have the heart to apologize. I'm sorry, I was wrong. At the time I thought. So if you know to apologize and also forgive and forget. Yes. So you can't think about past every time. So you have to think about what you are doing now and future. Right? Past is gone, you can't bring it back. Right. The future and now what you can change things.
So now a slightly different question for Murali. How important is love to you?
See, it's very important because you have to love your children, you have to love your mother and father, they have to love back, wife. So love is something very important for everyone. It's a different way of different things. Love something, it's naturally has to come. Nobody can create that.
Nobody can force it. Do you believe in love at first sight?
Love at first sight, I never happened like that to me. But thing is, see, you have to like a person to love a person, no?
Absolutely.
But first
right.
You have to like a person.
I suppose it grows eventually.
Yeah.
Okay, and final question for you. Where do you see yourself in the next 10 years?
I'll be the same, because I'm not going to change. See, what in cricket is my lifespan is finished, because what I achieved, I think I'm very happy about it, and for myself and for the country as well. See, I like to do business. So I want to be a successful businessman, and I will want to do in the right manner rather than wrong manner. And see how my children grows and how this country grows in a positive way, because we had been a lot of problems one after one and keep on mounting a lot of problems. So hopefully somebody could come and change things and give belief to the people and make sure that this country become like in 60s, and people think that time was very good, but I don't know, but they say 60s are not good because we went with the whole, not only every personality in this country went with very, very difficult period, and hopefully we don't want to go into that, and hopefully that another 20 years time, 10, 20 years time, this country will be one of like, not the best, I will say like New Zealand. If you go to New Zealand, no problems, nothing except some problem came last few years. Before, it's a very peaceful country. If we can be that, I'll be very happy.
Thank you so much, Murali, for having shared your time with us. It was truly such an honor to have such a legend in my first program for Conversations with Kishani Alanki. Thank you for being such a wonderful human being, for being so grounded and humble, and for helping so many people. It was truly a pleasure to have had you.
Thank you very much.
Okay.